Hi guys! Today's video is going to be on this cut crease look. So I wanted to do a cut crease tutorial today because a lot of my Asian friends, those of you out there that have monolids, typically Asians. So I'm going to show you how to fake the crease on your eyelid to make it look like you have a crease on your eyelid. Obviously this one is really exaggerated. If you want me to do a more everyday easy wear cut crease look, let me know in the comments down below and I will definitely film a more subtle cut crease look for you. Today I did do something different on the bottom lid. I did a army green, sort of an antique gold, kind of inspired by this camo shirt that I have on. If you want to see how to achieve this look, then just keep watching. Hi guys! Today's video is going to be on this cut crease look. So I wanted to do a cut crease tutorial today because a lot of my Asian friends, those of you out there that have monolids, typically Asians, but if you do have monolid, to fake a crease, the cut crease obviously is your best bet, the technique. So I'm going to show you how to fake the crease on your eyelid to make it look like you have a crease on your eyelid. Obviously this one is really exaggerated. If you want me to do a more everyday easy wear cut crease look, let me know in the comments down below and I will definitely film a more subtle cut crease look for you, but this one is definitely a lot more exaggerated. But I did pair it but today I did do something different on the bottom lid. I did a army green, sort of an antique gold, instead of a really light color to contrast with the cut, because I was kind of inspired by this camo shirt that I have on. Anyways, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I paired it with a neutral neutral lip. So anyways, I paired it with a really neutral lip as well, just to not take away from all the drama that we have on our eyes. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so as you can see, I've already done the left eye, and I'm going to show you how to do this cut crease on my right eye. So I'm going to be using the Morphe 35O palette. I'm going to take a neutral brown, show you which one. I'm just going to take this one right here. I'm going to use a flat liner brush to map out my crease. So I'm just going to go from the inner corner. To be too precise at this point, just because we're going to blend it out later. This cut crease, I want it to go with a nice wave eye shape, and because I'm doing a wing, so I'm opting for this shape today. As you can tell, it's pretty messy. What we're going to do is going to get a small little pencil brush, and we're going to brush that out and blend it in. So essentially we're using a neutral brown tone to create the illusion of a new crease. So basically that's what a cut crease is. And the work that we're doing right now, the bottom part we're not going to touch because we are going to be covering that up for the cut crease portion. So I'm going to blend this out. And then I'm going to go in with a lighter tone, this one right here. I'm just going to go over that. I'm gonna take a small Luxie 237 blending brush, and then I'm going to go in with like a transition shade color. So I'm gonna dip into this neutral color right there. And then we're gonna work on top of the cut that we worked on. So we're pretending that this dark line is our crease, and we are going to work on the transition shade on top of it. Don't worry about the bottom if it's not clean, because we're going to clean that up with some paint pot or concealer if you don't have the paint pot. To darken the crease, I'm going to go back in with the initial shade, and I'm going to run over the crease again with the pencil brush. Once you feel you've gotten that transition hazy enough, you can obviously do a little bit more if you'd like. And this is a technique you can use with any color. If you want a less harsh cut crease, you can use a lighter color. If you want a really you know, prominent cut crease, then you will use a darker color. Now we're going to use the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre and just a synthetic flat brush. This is by Makeup Forever, the straight brush in 244. We're just gonna load this up, and then we're going to go on the mobile lid right up to the cut right there. We're gonna cover the entire lid with this light shade so we'll clean up any mistakes. So we've cleaned that up right underneath the crease, so it looks like we have a new crease. So usually people use a lighter shimmery shade on the bottom, so it's a more contrast to the cut. But today we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Color Infallible Pigment in the color Bronze Divine in 024. This is like an antique gold green shade, so I'm just gonna load up my brush. This is just a gold shader brush by Tarte, and I'm just gonna fill in the entire lower lid. So now that we have the lower lid all covered in the L'Oreal pigment, we are going to use our little Luxie brush and back into a neutral transition shade. And we're just going to go over the crease again, just to sort of blend the two colors together. And you'll see it kind of, I created a wedge shape by making this wave right there. Now we'll do our wing. So I'm gonna use the Tarteist Double Take eyeliner. I'm gonna take the felt tip, and I'm going to do my wing. I'm just following the wedge shape and winging it out this way. All right, so we're back with some lashes. We got our wing, our lashes on, and we'll finish up the rest of the eyes once we are done with our face makeup. So as you can see, it's a pretty easy eye look to achieve, just a couple of simple steps. You can definitely tone this down and make it a more neutral, everyday cut crease look. If you do have mono lids, you can use the exact same technique to achieve an everyday look. So you can definitely achieve a more neutral look by using a lighter cut crease color. I would recommend you know, something like that color right there on the Morphe palette. This color down here as well. And then just pairing it with a really light shimmery shade on the mobile lid. So I'm gonna zoom you back out to do our face makeup. Because we used the Infallible eye pigment right here, it is pretty cushiony, but it did have a little bit of fallout. So I'm just gonna clean it up with a makeup wipe to catch any, to erase any of the mistakes or fallouts or anything like that. So we're gonna start with our face makeup. I'm gonna start with priming my face with the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer. I've been using this for a little bit now since I've hauled it about a week ago. It's a really liquidy formula, and it smells like guavas, which I really love. It's really smoothing on the skin, so it's definitely great to smooth out your face before you put on any foundation. And today I'm going to be using my favorite full coverage foundation, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And I will be using just a pump of that, maybe a pump and a little bit. And then I'm going to be adding a couple drops of the Hylamide Photo Foundation. This is in transparent, so I find that it does lighten my foundation up a little bit. So you can definitely use this to lighten up your foundation if it's a shade darker. So use this cautiously. This does oxidize on me, so I'm not too concerned. We can definitely bronze up our skin later on. If the foundation is too light. I do like this because it has almost iridescent finish. It gives an iridescent finish to the foundation. So with this high full coverage foundation, I think it works really well. Concealer, we're gonna go with the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is a great drugstore highlighty concealer. Very affordable. A little on the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, chin area, and we'll blend it out with the Beauty Blender. Do a little bit of contouring today, a cream contour, so I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal and Toast. I'm just going to go around the perimeter of the face, just lightly, not too much. Whoop. It's a little bit too much, but we'll blend it out. Get some cheekbone action right there. And then just blend it out again. So make sure you blend towards the hairline, so it's not just a stripe of darkness in the middle of your forehead. Blended out the contour and everything, so now it's time to set our foundation and all the contouring and highlighting that we've done. So I'm just gonna grab, this is just a small tapered brush from e.l.f. I'm gonna go in with my La Prairie trusty translucent setting powder. Just go underneath the eyes. I'm just gonna set around the nose and the chin, forehead area, and just lightly dust over the rest of the face because I just don't want this to be too dry. We're gonna go in with a little bit of a bronzer contour color with the Morphe M530, and we're just gonna go over where we put our contour before and a little bit higher to also use this as a bronzer as well. And we're gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna use the same palette with a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. And we're just gonna focus on the area towards the hairline, so just right above where we put the contour. So we're gonna do a little bit of baking as well. I'm gonna use the same translucent powder by La Prairie and using a Morphe contour brush M458. I'm just gonna go underneath the contour just a little bit to clean that up. I'm also going to do that on the side of the nose as well. I don't want this to be too harsh, so we are going to brush it off right away. With the La Prairie powder, it's not as prominent as if we had used the RCMino color powder. But I'm not going for a really harsh contour look today. Just want it to be a little bit more defined to keep things a little bit more subtle. So now we're gonna go in again, my favorite drugstore highlighter, that's $5. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. And I'm gonna use my Real Techniques brush, setting brush. I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna just take a Morphe brush here and I'm going to highlight under the brow bone. I did that on this side already and we just need to finish that up. So anyways, let's go in with the highlight. I just love this so much. Definitely my favorite highlighter for the bridge of the nose because I have no bridge on my nose. I need to light onto my face. Now let's finish up the rest of the eye makeup. I'm going to take a small smudgy brush, the E18, and I'm going to go in with the same Morphe palette. I'm going to go in with this color right here. I'm going to go all over the lower lash line. A little tap into that neutral brown color that we used for the cut. I'm going to go really close to the lash line and stay on the outer eye. I really want for the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with the It Cosmetic Tightline mascara. This is a very small brush and I'll catch little hairs that I have, like all three of them. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my lip color. Today I'm gonna go with a neutral lip look. I'm gonna line my lips with the ColourPop Aquarius lip liner. Push it back in. Just going to overdraw a little bit. I'm going to fill this in before I go in with the lipstick. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the color In Demand. I love this nude color. And it's one of the better formulas for liquid lipstick that I like. It stays on for a really long time, but it's not overly drying. Definitely a little bit better if you put a primer on first, which I forgot to do, but that's okay. What I like to do is really 80s right now, but I'm going to use my ring finger and dab this. So this way it almost gives you a little bit of an ombre look, and the darker lip liner will also give the illusion of a bigger pout as well. So that's one of my tips and tricks for a fuller lip. Just overline your lips a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom. And we did do the contour on the bottom as well, so it makes the bottom lip look fuller, and then a lighter color in the center, so it makes your lips look a little bit more glowy and plump. Anyways, we're going to set everything we've done before we forget. I got this mineralized charged water skin hydrating mist, super long name, for setting spray. So this is the look, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks that I've thrown into this tutorial. The cut crease is really easy to do once you understand the technique and you have the technique down pat. You can definitely do it as an everyday look if you like, because you can do whatever you want. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up before you leave, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks and more looks kind of like this, or a beauty haul or anything like that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!